Hello, everybody, and welcome to another wonderful episode of Tim's and Stilettos. I'm your girl, Davina. Well, actually, I'm your favorite girl, Davina. And who are you, sir?
I am Henny Boy Armand today. Again, I'm carrying over from the last episode, so I'm going to start it off with the new one. Henny Boy Armand.
Henny boy. Got it. Okay. You still good?
I'm still good.
Okay. So, we are going to jump right into today's episode. And we are going to be talking about something you are well versed in.
How did I know I was going to be thrown into the limelight?
Dating multiple people.
I am not adverse in this topic, but I do believe that you should date more than one person at a time. I think it's good for you. I think it's good to get perspective and just get to know somebody. But I just feel like if you put all your eggs into one batch, when things don't work out, it's just a vortex of starting back over again. Even though you're going to start back over again, but the time in between is going to be a little bit more longer. And remember, we talked about this before with women. When one person don't walk out, you go into your shell for 2-3 months until you feel secure to come back out, and then you date again. Well, I guess with dating multiple people, I mean, you
You
open.
never out your shell? I mean, you're always out of your shell?
It's not that you're always at your cell. You're just not putting all your eggs into one basket. I'm not saying that you need to be physical with both people you are dating, or you need to do certain things with one that you don't do with the other, but you do have to, get information on both of them to see which one, you would like to continue and be going to that exclusive dating, courting thing process with.
Okay, so you feel like you should only see two people at one time? Have
Yeah.
you ever seen more than two at one time?
Have I seen or sawn more?
I couldn't think of the sentence. Have you dated more than two at one particular
I
time?
have. When I was younger.
Okay, let's stick to the old age that you
The
are
old
now.
age women, nah, you can't date more than two people. It's just too much. It's too much to learn. It's too much to figure out with more than one person, because depending on how that person is you're dating, they might give you a lot of information. And if they give you a lot of information, you definitely don't want to be mixing up your information with Sheila and then Sharon.
Okay.
You think Sharon said something when actually Sheila said it, and then you confusing the two, and then
You're like, I ain't say that.
exactly. So you also just, it also has to do with if you can do that as well. Some people are not built to date more than two people at a time because you don't have time to learn two people at the same time. It's too confusing for you. You just don't want to do it. So.
Okay. Well, I did look up something,
Mm-hmm.
and it is from rewire.org. I want to definitely give credit where credit is due.
Mm-hmm.
And a portion of what it says is casual dating
Mm-hmm.
is kind of a monogamy gray zone. It's now completely the norm to meet people on apps, and with that shift has come some understanding that you must be swiping on and meeting up with others too. But you get a few dates in with someone, and depending on who you are and how you were raised and all kinds of variables, you might start feeling weird about the whole thing. Should you say something about seeing other people? Is that a given? What if you don't want to see other people? Is it too soon for that? And then it goes on to say, don't mix people up. Make sure you're emotionally present enough to be dating, which is a very good point. Sex can mean what you want it to mean. Question.
That's a good. I'm gonna cut you off, but sex pays a lot to when you're dating as well. It changes the whole trajectory
Absolutely.
of dating.
Absolutely.
As many people might not say, oh, it doesn't, but it really does, because when sex is involved, the relationship is more intimate and the feelings are more intertwined.
Yes.
not a lot of people can separate being adults and having a genuine attraction to each other and wanting to explore that boundary with somebody and trusting somebody enough to explore that boundary with and
Differentiate.
right, that word, because I couldn't get it out just now. But they between just a common attraction and two adults being consensual, then he really likes me, he wants to be with me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, some people understand sex brings two different meanings to a dating relationship once you have sex.
Okay. Well, let's talk about some of the questions
Okay.
that I just read to
Let's
you.
go into it.
So the
100%
first
honest.
one, of course you're going to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Should you say something about seeing other people when you're dating?
Yes, I'll do.
In the beginning or after? Okay, so straight from jump.
Yeah, if you're dating somebody else or talking to somebody else, you let them know, because there's nothing more worse to hurt a woman's feeling than her thinking she's the only one you talk to and then you find out she's not.
Okay. Do you think the same
Men don't care.
lies?
So listen, when it's I'm all right. I gotta speak for myself then. As a man, if we're dating, I don't care who else you talk to. That's who you talk to when I'm not around. That's not my business. If I'm dating
Does
you,
that change when you're sleeping with them?
no. If I'm dating you and trying to find out who you are, who you deal with when I'm not around is no concern to me, because if and when we make the decision to go exclusively, that all goes away.
It goes away, right?
So why do I care about it now?
Okay, because not you, but there are some people, men and women, who might feel like that's competition. So they might try to go above and beyond.
There's nothing wrong with healthy competition. That's what people love sports. That's why people love to do different work projects, because competition, you like to have that thing of wanting to get things done. Like, it's a driver, it pushes you out there. But it's nothing wrong with competition. But it's the difference when the competition becomes for that person just to win. If he don't want you, and he just want to win. Yeah, I got her, but
And
he
then
don't
do
really
nothing
want you.
with her.
That's the difference.
Okay.
Right? That makes a big difference of wasting time, and that's when competition can go the wrong way.
Okay. Okay, what happens? I don't think I would tell someone before I go into that. Let me just answer the question. I don't think I would tell someone first date, like, oh, by the way, on Thursday
Of
I'm
course
going to
not.
see Chad.
That's tasteless.
But I think maybe 2-3 weeks in, I might be like, okay, well, I'm seeing someone else.
I mean, I would say like within a week, you would let
Within
them know.
a week, okay.
Because, women always say they want honesty. They want a man to be
Yes,
honest.
of course. But how do you handle that if
But
they're
my
like,
whole question is, can y'all handle that honesty when he's like, listen, I want you to know that, yes, I'm dating you, and we're dating and seeing if we like each other, but I'm also dating somebody else. Some people can't handle that. Some people need to be like, well, I need to be focused on all the time. Well, what does it matter? We're dating. I'm not going to like.
a lot of people, and I'm gonna broaden this. A lot of people don't understand the steps of dating, courting, exclusive. They
So-
don't understand that.
Let's break it down for them, since they don't understand.
Okay.
Let's break it down. Do you want me to pull up the
Do you have it?
information? Yeah, I do have
Okay.
it. Because I was talking about that the other day to my boys, and difference between dating and courting.
Okay.
And a lot of people don't know the difference.
They don't, or they get them because some people. I remember I had sent you a chart and was like, "Is this true?" I remember doing that, but some people might switch up the dating and courting. Like, I think on the chart it was courting, dating, exclusivity.
Right.
I look at it as dating, courting, exclusivity. So I switch those two. The definition stayed the same, but the words
I can agree with
are
that.
different.
I can definitely agree with that. I think you date, and then once you date, you find out who do you want to court to be in a relationship with. So the meaning online, it basically says courting is to dating as cold is to hot. To use another analogy, dating is like
But
a
that's the
comma,
complete opposite.
right? Dating is like a comma, where courting is like a period. Because after a comma, you pause, but you continue going, and you bring up another point.
Okay.
When you put a period, it's like a stop. It ends the sentence. So courting is like the period where you want to.
Courting, I would put as a semicolon.
You really think so?
Yeah, because you can still decide not to take it to exclusive with that person.
Right.
So it's not the finality of the steps to getting to the exclusivity of it.
Okay.
So it still needs a punctuation there.
Whatever punctuation you want to put there, it all means the same thing. Dating presents a man and a woman with a number of potential ends to their relationship, where
Okay.
courting has only one.
Okay. So that's basically the only difference between dating and courting. Dating, it could be multiple people.
Right.
Courting, it's one person.
Courting is when you courting one person to make, to you
Finally decide.
exactly know what you want to do.
Okay.
And I think that is confused a lot, because people think when you're dating, you're supposed to date. Like, you see the memes. Oh, when you date me, you better not be nobody else. Or once you
Right.
date me, it's no, we're dating. We don't even know if we're gonna make it past the next day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So to say I'm gonna put my all into you after just meeting you and talking to you, that's kind of irrational.
Now, but how long? Is there a time limit, or it's just like, okay, are we going to progress to the next step, or are we going to stop here as far as like, okay, we've been dating for 6-7 months, but we're still dating. When does that transfer over to courting?
Well, it all depends on the two people, on how close they've gotten, their schedule, life, mutual feelings. It has to be. It can't be one-sided.
Okay.
And the one thing with dating, and I don't want to sound sexist, is when you're dating, women tend to want it faster than a man would.
Depends on the man.
They want to get past the dating situation and start to court and into a relationship faster than a man would. A man could date for a year and then just make a decision on what he wants to do.
But I don't think you should do that. And I'm going to say,
I don't think that either.
I don't think you should do that because you've wasted a year of someone's time.
It's never wasted time. And dating, I don't think is never wasted time.
When you get older, it definitely can be a waste of time.
You could waste time watching TV for 2 hours. That's wasted time. Dating is not wasted time because, one, you enjoy somebody's company, you enjoy their presence, you enjoy what they instill in you, what you learn from them, and what you gather from them. So you get more
But
from.
why does it take a year?
It doesn't take a year. It just depends on the man and the woman. Everybody's dating code and how they feel about dating is totally different. Everybody has their own sense of dating and what they want to do and how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
So
I definitely agree with that. I just feel like the whole, I need 6 months to a year to know if I want to take it to the next step. I need this amount. Like, before that. And that's why I say there's still a punctuation after the courting, because you can say, listen, I want to exclusively date, not be in a relationship. Words mean things. I still want to date you, but I want to just date only you to see if this goes somewhere without wasting someone's time. Because if you're dating...
That is something that women want because they don't want to date multiple people.
No, there are some women who want to date multiple people.
But 90% are not like that. 90% wants exclusivity. They want to be with one person
Absolutely.
only. They don't want to date.
Especially as you get older.
They don't even want to date.
Oh, no, I want to date you to make sure we're
Women,
good, we're compatible.
And I'm not trying to be funny, but women will be like, I think you're a nice catch. I love the man you are, follow you, whatever. How can I make you mine?
Okay.
Off the top. The same way for some men. They'll slide in your DM, you're a beautiful queen, and I don't think that you should be out here wasting your time with anybody else. That's
game.
Let me be the king that you need in your life.
That's game.
That sounded smooth. Let me do my Barry White voice. Let me be the king that you need, baby.
Blocker, because don't slide in my DMs with that foolishness. Don't do that. But I'm just saying, like, I feel like as you get older, it's more of a, are we doing this or not? You know, we still are going to date. We're still going to get to know each other, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like, okay, do I need a year to, and I still agree with what Tyler Perry said, and I said it in another show.
You have to see somebody in all 4 seasons. That's correct.
And not winter, spring, summer, fall, people.
No, you got to see them when they're grieving. You got to see them when they're at their highest. You got to see them when they're at their lowest. And you got to see them when
every day.
Every day there's to see.
Not every day, but like in everyday mode. So I just, have I dated multiple people? Yes.
You stepping out the box. Look at
I
you.
have dated multiple people, but it was, that's not nice
see how
to
you
say,
gonna.
Davina.
You can say however you want to say. This is
feel
podcast
like
radio.
It
Say
was.
it. Say it.
It was.
Say it. Say it.
I knew it wasn't going anywhere, so it was just
she gave
dating.
us the watered down version, guys.
It was just dating.
She gave us the watered down version.
But once I know, hey, I kind of like this person. I kind of want to see where things go with this person. Then it's not laser focused on them, but it's like, okay,
they get more attention.
Correct.
And there's nothing wrong with dating somebody and you like this person more than you actually like the other person. And then it comes a point where you're like, you know what? If the feeling is mutual, it's like, you know what? He's going to let you know, listen, I don't want to date the other person I'm talking to because I'm really intrigued by you and I really want to focus on getting to know you better and move forward with that. And then that's going to go straight into courting. It's going to go straight into courting. Once he tells you, like, you know, I was dating... You know, Sharon.
I don't need to know her name
or whatever. But he's like, I was dating somebody else. But to be totally honest with you, me spending time with you, me talking to you, me getting to know you, I want to see where me and you go. I'm at a standstill with her. Like it's not really going anywhere, and I'm not telling you this to make it seem like she's not good or anything else like that. But I'm just telling you.
I don't need all of that. I don't need that backstory with.
I'm just telling you. Sometimes you just need to. Sometimes you just need to put it out there so people know.
Talk to your friends.
And you're being
I don't
honest.
need to. I don't need to know all that because I don't care. And
did
it's
you
not.
Choose me? Did you?
No, it's not even about choosing. It's not that I won, but it's just the whole. I don't need to know that. All you need to say to me is, okay, I would like to date you exclusively. Period. I don't need to know what you was doing because. If we're dating, I don't care that on Wednesday night you went on a date with Sharon.
I mean, it's not that serious to tell you when I go out on a date with another person.
Exactly. So I don't need what you just said. I don't need that.
But I think, all right, no problem.
Yeah, I personally don't need that. I just need if I am the person that you want to exclusively
let
date.
Me know and we can make it happen.
That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. Like, yeah, no, I was going to try to bring up Richard Lawson in this because I haven't talked about him in a couple
episodes.
Shows.
Bring up Richard Lawson.
But, like, if Richard Lawson and I were dating and he wanted to take it to courting, you know, he would come to me with his lovely... Hi, Davina. So I was thinking... And, you know, we would go from there. But I don't need to know that he was seeing Michelle.
I don't think when people date, I don't think it's people telling you about... dating multiple people. I don't think they're gonna go into exclusive details about what they're dating and who they're dating.
Some might just to try to see if you're jealous.
I just don't. I don't believe in that. I mean, if you're jealous, it's gonna come out when I get to know you.
Correct.
I don't need to see it pregame ahead of time. It's gonna come out.
Correct.
As we talk, as we do things, you're gonna show me your jealousy, and that's the part of dating that you said you don't want to waste time. That's where I think is the most wasted time, the representative stage. When you meet somebody's representatives, because even though I feel like dating is very important to getting to know people, and I don't think it's wasted time, I just think that people don't be them genuine selves from the beginning. They don't be them genuine selves, and they don't be who they say they are. So at the end, it could be feel like you wasted some time because you meet somebody that's not really the person that you're talking to 3 months later.
Okay.
now you start to see who they are and how they are and the way they view things, the way they think about things, and it just starts to look different as they get comfortable with you.
I I think I'm over the representative phase.
We all have a representative that meets everybody.
No, I I'm not saying that I don't. I
Mm-hmm.
am saying that I try very hard to be like, this is me, take it or leave it,
This is me.
because I can't.
Please,
It just goes back to the time wasted thing. Like, let me show you who I am.
Mm-hmm.
So if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you adios.
See you later, partner.
I literally, I have FaceTime someone and no makeup, bonnet on, in the bed in pajamas. And they was like, oh. And I'm like, yeah, because this is what you're going to see 95% of the time. You're not going to see Davina in a full face of makeup and clothes and a wig on or my extensions or whatever. This is what you're going to see when I come home from work and we're having a conversation. So let me know if you can handle it. If not, chuck up them deuces, and that's that. Sasha on my lap, jumping, acting like she can't jump on the couch, and I'm picking her up, and that's that. So I don't know what to tell you. I honest to goodness, try really, 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 really hard
To be your true,
to
genuine
be
self.
Davina, everyday Davina, not professional Davina. Because yeah, you meet my representative at work,
Oh, the work representative is always different from
Right.
the at-home
right?
representative.
So I have work Davina. I have
Chill with friends, Davina.
chill with friends Davina. I have.
Drop the drawers, Davina.
I'm telling you to drop the drawers. I'm not dropping the drawers. But I have network Davina, which correlates with professional Davina. But like I have shy Davina, and shy Davina is also a genuine person because if I don't know you, I'm not my typical goofy self.
I just have one question.
What?
Does each one of those representatives have their own wig?
They each have two. How about that?
I'm just asking. It was an
They
honest
do.
question.
They do.
Work Davina might be curls.
Listen, work Davina, they don't know what they gonna get when I go into work. I go in with a short wig. They be like, oh my God, you cut your hair? I'm like, no, it'll be long tomorrow. They be like, oh. I'm like, yeah, it's fine. Just ask what you want to ask. I'm not gonna give it to you. I'm going to make you ask me about
Right.
it, and they never do. So
They don't want to go to HR.
I wouldn't take them to HR. I don't care.
Just being
I
safe.
know it's a damn wig.
Well, listen. For men, it's more dating is more on us to make decisions and make the right moves accordingly. Women follow our lead. When we talk about leading and submission, men lead in dating as well. If you're leading the
Do
woman,
explain.
if you're leading the woman and you're making all the right moves, you're making all the right talks and sounds and doing everything else, she's going to lead more into wanting to be with you and wanting to understand you. Now, when you're leading, in a way, she kind of submits to you because she allows you to lead her into things like dating, going places, picking things to do, things like that. So, I think it go hand in hand. What do you think?
I think I know nothing about that because I am an alpha female. And so I'm not going to say it's a trigger word, but when I hear submission and things like that with dating or even in a relationship, I'm like, tread very lightly because not you, but I'm just saying like I don't do what I'm told often.
Well, most women don't never do what they're told, but if you ask in a nice way,
If you ask in a nice way, you might get a response.
and if you have been consistent, been keeping your word and doing things that you're supposed
I
to
will
do,
listen to you.
in all honesty, she's just going to naturally be like, okay, no problem.
I will listen to you.
And it's not more that you're taking away from her alpha woman or alpha, her strength. It's just that she trusts you now. She believes in you, so she allows herself to be vulnerable and let you take control and do some things.
Right.
So
I I'm still side eyeing you if
why?
you not you, but
Oh.
I'm still side eyeing you if you're nice to me,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's like, so what do you want? I think we should do this, or like, just say that from, don't be nice to me to get what you want.
Mm-hmm.
But I submission, Lord Jesus.
I'm looking at all these definitions for dating and courting. And do you know that in dating they say that in the dating process uh, there are multiple intimate and physical relationships in the dating process, but when you're courting, you're more on less physical, but more of bonding. Do you agree with that? Because I mean, I can see where they say that dating is, you're getting to know somebody. It's not really in stone, but you're two adults. You're agreed to have sexual relations or whatever. But when you start courting and you want to choose this person for forever, sex is not really the main thing. It's more of,
So we stop having sex?
it's not that we stop, but it's not like as important. It's more of views,
No, I don't agree with that.
ideals.
I don't agree with
No?
that, because if you're in the dating stage, that means you're seeing someone else. And I'm not saying every man. I am not saying every
She
man.
might be, y'all.
I am not saying every man, but men lie and say, I'm not sleeping with her, when in actuality you are.
Mm.
So now I did find what I sent to you. And it says, since y'all don't know how to date, talking.
Mm-hmm.
We've exchanged numbers, do things on a friendship level,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe even had sex. Testing the waters to see if it's a growing interest.
I agree, 100%.
Okay. Dating.
Mm-hmm.
We are spending time together, doing various activities, movies, bowling, concert, dinner, etc.
Mm-hmm.
as friends.
Correct.
With a mutual interest in each other, but we still are allowed to talk to other people.
That is absolutely correct.
Dating exclusively. We are dating. However,
Mm-hmm.
we have cut off all other people we're interested in to focus on us getting to know each other better.
I agree.
Relationship.
Mm-hmm.
We have made a mutual agreement to become a couple. It's just you and me, point blank, period. Some of y'all need this because your understanding about these things be, I don't know, off. I'm just going to say off.
It be clouded.
Okay.
It be clouded, and y'all don't really have a. I'm not gonna say y'all. Some people just don't have a really good understanding of what those words are and what they mean. I really think that as individuals, and we go through dating, and like you said, all the phases that was there, from talking to dating exclusively to relationships, is all steps that each person needs to understand while they're dating. They need to understand them steps. So when you're talking to somebody, they know that this is a talking stage where there's nothing set in stone and things like that. If we're dating, but we can also have somebody else we want to talk to if we want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then if we date exclusively, then it's just me and you. We making it work to see what we want to do. And if we get in a relationship, it's nobody else but us.
Correct.
So
That shouldn't need to be.
Individuals, and we go through dating.
That shouldn't need to be said. Okay. But unfortunately, people don't, because let's be for real. It could also be where you come from in the United States, or wherever you live. I'm not just going to pinpoint it to the United States, because we have listeners in Canada and things like that.
Africa.
Shout out to y'all. We do.
Canada, Africa,
But
England.
it could be how you grew up that determines how you look at dating, courting, relationship, and things. We might have to bring this up on Monday to see the different variations, because even you and I, you living here in the city of New York growing up, and me just being from the state of New York.
You from upstate? Mm-hmm.
I'm not from upstate. I'm from Western New York. There is a difference. I've
I
learned
know.
that because when y'all say upstate, y'all mean like Westchester and stuff like
Yeah.
that. And it's like,
In all honesty, anywhere but New York is upstate.
ugh.
Let's just be honest.
Well, I am from Western New York.
And
I'm not from
anywhere
West
that's
upstate.
not from NYC is upstate.
Okay.
That's how New Yorkers talk.
Okay. Well, from Buffalo, it was we talking, we go together. It was like
Some people feel like that right now. Some
in
people feel like that
between, It
now.
was we talking. Oh yeah, we talking. We done went to the movies. We done went to Applebee's or Olive Garden or whatever.
We went to the school dance.
We went to the All High Gym. We went to IPE together. My people from Buffalo know what the IPE is. And now we go together. You know, it was none of that. But this was also the 90s.
But it was also the 90s where you be like, do you like me? Yes, no, maybe box.
Doing them little paper things to see who you gonna end up with. Brad.
You know what I'm saying?
BRAD. Yes or no? Yes. YES.
Yo, that was just. Do you sit back and think about the things we did when we was kids? It was fun, but I never will take away from me actually having a childhood. I feel bad for the kids nowadays
I agree.
that don't have a chance to have a childhood and be outside and do things that we used to do, because people want to be on computers and everything else now. They don't want to be outside and have fun. But I appreciate me being part of the last generation to be outside and have fun.
I do too.
That was one of the best things ever.
I do too. And while we're on this topic, even though it's not our topic, I will say a girl that I went to high school with, she posted a picture of when the snow fell, and she was like, these kids don't understand. This is a $200 snow day. You walk door to door with your shovel and say
What?
$10, $20 to
A
shovel.
driveway. What?
And you was coming home with $200-$300
A day.
A day.
A day.
And these kids just want to play PS5 or
They don't even
Madden
want to go outside
or
and
something.
play in the snow.
Like what? Y'all bugging.
Yo, I used to love snow days. I used to make some money.
Well, I didn't because
I used to make some
wasn't
money shoveling people out their driveway, shoveling cars out.
I didn't have to shovel because I lived with my grandmother, and they would be like, Miss Smith, I'll shovel your driveway. Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so yes, in Buffalo it was we talking, we go together.
Okay. I mean, it was out here like that too.
Okay.
I mean, I talk to you, so you know you minds, right? Like,
right. But that was also teenagers. So in our age demographic, I think we value it a little bit more because at 16, 17, you're not really saying I'm dating this person for marriage.
Right.
That's not the end goal. You just want to be with the star football player, the star cheerleader, the star this, the star that, the star this, the star that. Now it's like, okay, do your values align with mine for the longevity of the relationship?
and it's because of society and because it's so easy to talk to so many people different all over around the world.
Correct.
And it's so easy to just
Social media.
be in a relationship with somebody and then talk to somebody in another state or another town nowadays. So, you know, nowadays people are like, listen, I don't want to date to date. I just want to know, do you like, are we going to do something seriously or not? Because dating, I didn't date it in my 20s. Now I'm like, I need a husband. I want to get settled down. I want to get married, and I want to start a family.
I do ask that. I do ask if someone says, hey, I want to get to know you. One of my first questions
For what
is,
purposes?
What is your end goal? Do you want to get married? And because I now have come to the resolve that I will not be biologically having children, do you want more children? Because 9 times out of 10, if I meet someone, they're going to have kids.
In our age group, yes, that's correct. If they don't, it's a
I have
blessing.
met someone who didn't have kids, and I was like, gasp. You know, like, you don't have no kids. What unicorn did you?
That's like Carlos Miller on 85 South Boys. In the show, the lady was like, "Oh, I'm 44." She was like, "You ain't got no kids?" He said, "I can't fuck with you." He said, "You 44. Nobody wanted nothing in you. Something wrong with you."
No, I'm not saying I've never had someone want to do that to me. I'm just saying
That
I didn't
yeah,
allow it.
yeah. It's just I mean, it's all comedy, but
Right.
when you hear it, it's just funny.
Right,
It's
that's
just,
hilarious.
yeah.
But it's like I do ask that question now. Like,
It's an
okay,
important
what's
question.
your end resolve? Do you want to get married? Because there are some people who are in our age group who are like, you know what, marriage isn't for me, but I do want to have a life partner where we're together.
Is that something you can do?
Davina cannot do that. No, I need the legalities of it because. And just to put it out there, just from being with Robert, even though we were about to get married, it's like, if you die, I don't want somebody telling me what I can and cannot do when I was the person spending every single day with you.
That's what you have the will in place for. Even as a life partner, once that paperwork is set, you still make all decisions.
Sometimes you have to, but I mean,
because that's
a
what
will is when they pass away.
Right. So if they
what
die,
if they go into the hospital and you have to make those life or death situations?
And this is what you have documentations for. If in the events, in emergencies, if I cannot take care of myself, my life partner, such, you get it notarized, will make all decisions going forth about me.
But I would rather have a piece of paper saying, this is my husband, and because I'm not arguing with nobody. I did that once with a death, and I'm never
Listen, you can
doing
be married
that again.
to somebody, and suppose the man dies before the mom, then they'll fight you for making decisions.
Then I'm cussing you out.
I'm just saying it could happen. I'm not saying
then
that.
I'm cussing you
I'm
out.
just telling you it could happen.
I already told.
You cussing out an old lady? Your mama taught you better than that. Don't do that.
Oh, I already told her when she passed away, let somebody try me. They getting cussed out. I promise.
You can tell she old school. She said cursed, not cursed. Cursed.
But I know I want to get married. I don't want the whole rigmarole of a wedding with bridesmaids and groomsmen. I am okay.
I think that's a really good topic that we need to talk about next time.
Okay.
Weddings.
Okay, we can do that. I don't want
Definitely.
that. We can fly on a plane. We can go to
What about destination
Vegas.
wedding?
We can do a destination wedding, but I don't need 100 people there.
No, like 10 people.
I'm okay with that. What I'm saying is I need to call my childhood friends that I'm still friends with. Will you be my bridesmaids? Tell my sisters they're my maid of honors. And
that's a lot of people. Then I got to match your people.
Exactly. I don't need all of that.
Listen.
I would rather spend that money on a nice honeymoon that I'm going to enjoy.
Ladies.
Or a down payment on a house.
Keep it simple. Don't get me wrong. When I see these weddings that be on Instagram and everything,
it's beautiful.
It's beautiful to look at, but
I can go rent a dress and we can take some pictures and make it look like that.
Yeah, we can do that. But I just think that it also depends on your financials too. If you have it to do it, then do it.
At 40 years old, do you really need that? 40 plus, do you really need that?
I know one thing. When I get married, she better not expect me to do a dance routine because it's not happening.
Oh, I'm not doing a dance routine.
I'm not doing no dance routine.
We gonna bop back and forth to that first dance, and that's that.
And then the Cupid shuffle, we gonna just keep it popping.
Yeah, I'm doing line dances all day,
all night.
But yeah, that's a question that I ask. I ask about the children. I ask if, like, let's just say they live in New York City.
Okay.
Is this your final destination for where you want to live? Because this isn't where I want to retire.
This is not where I want to retire either. That's a good question. So while we're talking about that, what's your take on long distance dating and relationship?
I don't mind it. I would do it.
I'm scared of that.
I would do it.
I wouldn't do that.
Robert and I were long distance, and that worked out. I have no problem with the long distance relationship, but your communication
has to be
spot on. You have, and now with like FaceTime and Zoom and stuff like that, there's so much more you can do with long distance dating. You can do long distance dates. Like literally, you could be dating a girl in Kalamazoo, Michigan.
But why should I be in Michigan though?
She could be in Chicago. Is that better?
I don't like Chi-Town.
She can be in Miami. You like Miami?
No.
Oh my God. She can be in Charlotte. She can be in Charlotte. You could Uber Eats her a meal.
Mm-hmm.
And at 7:00, that meal shows up at her door. Your food is ready at 7:00. Y'all can sit down and have a meal together on a Zoom date. You don't watch it, but I can meet somebody and be like, listen, on Wednesday nights we watch it Married at First Sight. And
I'm falling asleep.
but it's just different things you can do now
It's
with
just so
dating.
accessible now.
Right. So
you just have to be creative.
You do.
You know what? And I think when you haven't really dated or haven't really been out there, I think your creative juices just become stagnant, and you have to bring them back out again.
You're a professional dater.
I'm not a professional dater. I'm not. I really am not.
Okay.
But I just think as time go on and you don't do certain things, you just become accustomed to not doing them. And
I think you're limiting yourself to only the 5 boroughs for dating. I do.
I could be.
I think you are. I still got to hook you up on your date, though.
Nope.
You already agreed.
We agree to disagree.
You already agreed. I'm already trying to find you 3 girls.
Nope. I'll pass.
You're not going to do it? You reneging?
You first. If yours is successful, then I'll go.
No, that's not how it works. Because we were going to have the person that we like the most come and be a guest on the show.
That's another thing. When are we going to bring a guest
We
to
ain't
come
talking
join
about
us
that right now.
on the show? We really need.
You got to get Jay.
If you Jay went back to Syracuse, he got a job in Boston.
Syracuse?
Yeah.
That's near Buffalo.
I think he said Syracuse. I spoke to him last week, so he just moved back upstate.
Okay.
See how I say upstate? It might not even be upstate, but
that's part of Western New York.
Yeah, but when you're not from New York, we always say upstate. It's just something that just but yeah, we definitely need to probably have an in-guest studio with her next time.
Okay, maybe not next time, but next month.
Next month.
We'll work on next month.
We'll do a raffle. Maybe do like a raffle on the.
We got to figure out who is in New York.
Yeah, we'll do a poll. Let's do a poll.
Okay.
But remember, if they're not from New York, we can also zoom them in.
Yes, but I think our first guest should be physically here.
But back to the dating thing.
Okay. What is your never fail? I have to ask this question when you first meet a woman. Not first meet, but like in an initial conversation or first date or something.
Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Okay. That's fair.
And it's just you want to just get people to start thinking about where they see themselves, whether they.
Well, hopefully they already did.
Right, they thought about it already. Another question would be, what's most difficult about dealing with you or dating you?
Oh, that is a great question.
Answer it.
The most difficult part about dating me, I would probably have to say, is me being an alpha male and being headstrong.
Okay.
I'm going to tell you my opinion.
Okay. For me, I'm my nonchalantness.
Yes, Lord.
Just nonchalant. Just.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine.
No problem.
Sure. Okay.
But it's okay. People think that my nonchalantness is just like me just not caring or not giving.
But that's what it comes off as at times.
But it's not how it is. It's just that I'm just really understanding, and I understand that plans change, and I understand that things come up.
Mm-hmm.
When it becomes a habit, then you start to question it. But
But it is a habit with you. Your nonchalantness is a habit.
My nonchalantness is a part of me that I just can't help it.
Okay.
I mean, I'm trying to do better.
Okay. Are you?
I really am. If there's one thing I always hear is somebody tell me that I'm nonchalant all the time.
Okay.
all the time.
Well, I will give you this piece of advice. If you were to date someone long distance, you really would have to work on that nonchalantness. Like, really have to work on it.
That's why I don't do it.
You've never tried it.
I know.
I think you should.
So, the next play tonight. You watching the game?
No, they don't.
I know. I just wanted to change the subject. See how that works out so well.
Anyway, well, we need to wrap up anyway. So, final thoughts on multiple dating.
I think it could be very helpful. I think it could be something that it can be used as a good tool as long as you understand the steps of dating, courting, relationships, and talking stages. As long as you understand the 4 stages of dating, I think that you'll be fine. Multiple dating might be for you. Multiple dating might not be for you. But always do what makes you happy and always do what's best for you. Never let somebody tell you what you should do for you because it's you. You know what you like, you know what you love, and you have to make sure that you're happy. And that's what's most important about all that.
Okay.
And for you?
Well, my top piece of advice would be safe.
That's it?
I said that's my top. That's my number one.
Over dating?
With dating, be safe. Because there are crazy people out there on male and female. So safety is always a good thing. And if you're going to sleep with someone,
wrap it up.
Trojans, Magnums, and whatever else, use it. Multiple dating, I don't think is for me, but if it's for you, do it. Be honest about it. Communicate. You don't have to overshare, but let someone know. So it's not like, well, I thought this. There's never a misunderstanding with it. So that would be my. And have fun. If you're gonna do it, have fun with it.
Exactly.
Don't take it too seriously until it's time to take it serious. So.
All right. We've been recording. We barely look into this camera. Look into the camera and tell people one thing you want them to know about Davina.
Why you putting me on the spot like that?
We both want to go.
One thing about Davina is I
You're not
am
looking at the camera.
sincere. If I'm your friend, I am your friend. Like Chucky. That's exactly what I was about to say. Like Chucky. I am your friend to the end, right, wrong, or indifferent. I am your friend in public. Behind closed doors, I will tell you if you are wrong. So be prepared for that. I'm not a kiss-ass friend.
Got it.
Go.
As for me, I would say that I am a positive person that always speaks positively into everybody that I speak to because there's always so much negative around us. So we always need something positive to bring us forward.
I agree. And you should make sure you always listen to Tim's and Stilettos because we're the bomb.
And on Mondays, 8 p.m., tune in for the live Instagram show.
Yes, those are growing.
Those are really growing. And also, don't forget to stream our live shows every Monday at 9 a.m. 9 a.m.
Eastern Standard Time.
Yes. 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the lives as well.
Yes, that is correct.
So.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you so much for listening. As always, find us on our platforms. The information will be in the description bar because our Instagram is so long to say out loud. So you can always find us through our Instagrams too. Humble King 79 and Davina J Artistry. So you can always find us there as well. But thank you guys for listening. As always, I am your favorite girl, Davina.
And I am Henny Boy Armar today.
He'll be somebody different next week.
That's right.
And we will talk to y'all later. Bye.
Later, guys.